Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983, they've been serving the country, and we like all their financing, giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way, from birth to graduation, your first job to your home and your car through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and programs including financial literacy quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso program, junior cooperatives in secondary schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC grants. The credit union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
You are the GBN Television News for Tuesday, the 21st of July. In the headlines, police await autopsies of those who died in Monday's accident in St. David. The Ministry of Tourism and Civil Aviation says one Caribbean airline failed to go through the appropriate licensing process. 50 test negative for COVID-19 thus far as contact tracing continues. In the sports news, Ben Stokes overtakes Jason Holder to become world's top ranked all-rounder. And in Around the Globe in Trinidad, leader of the Jamaat al-Muslimin goes on trial on coup inquiry summons charge. Good evening from the Grenada Broadcasting Network. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. The details when we come back.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Thanks for joining us. Police are awaiting the autopsy reports conducted on Tuesday on the bodies of 3 individuals who died in Monday's vehicular collision in St. David. This latest accident brings the number of road fatalities to 5 for 2020. Cherry and Blackman Stephen has this report.
3 lives lost and 2 people nursing severe injuries, 1 considered to be in critical condition. And this following a vehicular collision involving a passenger bus and a garbage disposal truck along the Westerhall St. David Main Road on Monday. The scene at Westerhall St. David just before 4 o'clock was one of horror. The accident claimed the lives of Kimberly Felix, 40-years-old lab technician of Crochet St. Andrew, Rosie or Roxy Baptiste, 48-years-old janitor of Lassaget St. David, and Alistair Andrew, 28-years-old logistic clerk of Post Royal St. Andrew. Both Felix and Baptiste were pronounced dead on the scene, while Andrew died at the General Hospital. GBN spoke with one man who did not wish to be identified, but told us the story of what he saw.
I was standing on the side of the bridge, and same time now, the bus bypass man coming up, but same time I turn now, I hear this loud screaming, but same time I look up now, I see a truck was coming down. And same time the truck was coming down after I take the corner, just cut across the road. And same time the bus was coming up and the truck just hit the bus and turned it on the side. Same time I reach up here, driver come out, conductor come out, the next man in the front CB come out. And start to get on and things. Well, we run down in front by the truck man there and start to cuss and yarn. And everybody saying, call the ambulance, call the ambulance. I come, I see the woman lie down there. Like she don't die already, one in the back seat.
Cries from close family and friends who rushed to the scene echoed as they grappled with what unfolded before them. GBN spoke with the brother of one of the victims he identified as Roxy. He said despite being told his sister died in the accident, he did not believe it.
The guy that worked with me called me and tell me come here. When I go out to him, he asked me for my sister number. I tell him yes. You understand? And he tell me call her. So when I call, I wasn't getting her. He tell me what happened. I said the phone just ringing right. Nobody picking up. You understand? And then he said to me, be strong, but sad news for you. I say what happened? So I thought he joking because he like to make a joke and thing with me. So I thought he joking. And then he tell me about the accident down here, which I didn't know about the accident already. Because since we don't work, we heard about the accident. And then he tell me, my sister die. You understand? He tell me Roxy die.
He further told GBN that while he had not seen his sister in a while, they communicated regularly via telephone.
Up to yesterday, I was showing somebody the text. I showed them a while ago. Up to yesterday, she write me on WhatsApp and asking me if all is well and something like that. You understand? I have it on my phone. I could read it, get it and read it. Just yesterday, you know. Hi, how you doing today? You understand? Hope all is well with you. Have a great afternoon. You understand? Yesterday. You understand? Yesterday evening. You understand? And look today now, she died in an accident. You understand?
This latest vehicular accident brings the number of road fatalities to 5 for 2020. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Tragic. The hurt, pain and trauma of Monday's vehicular smash-up at Wester Hall are ricocheting right around Grenada. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Francis Martin, says the grief and sadness are not limited to the families who lost loved ones or whose relatives were injured. 2 of the 3 individuals who died were health workers. GBN spoke with Dr. Martin this afternoon.
Kimberly Felix, 40, served as a lab technician at the General Hospital, and Roxy Baptiste, 48, worked at the Mount Gay Mental Hospital. Dr. Martin tells GBN that it was a shock to the fraternity when the news broke.
Well, on hearing the news last night, the very first thing through my mind was one of disbelief, which is normally how humans react to bad news or getting bad news, and learning more so that people from our fraternity was unfortunately involved made it even closer to home, so to speak. We definitely knew that it was going to have a very significant impact on the morale and the mood of our workers at the hospitals, both hospitals, Mount Gay Hospital and General Hospital, of course, that was affected in a very significant way.
The Health Ministry held an early morning caucus to chart a response plan of action for members of staff who were impacted. The lab at the General Hospital was closed for the day to help the workers process the loss of their colleague, 40-year-old Kimberly Felix. The management team also journeyed to the Mount Gay Mental Hospital to meet with the team who are mourning the loss of Roxy Baptiste, who died yesterday.
Very significant for us, though, this morning, spending some time at the laboratory where one of our staff members worked. That was extremely painful. I have never experienced such deep hurt as before. This is my first experience with that level of hurt. So we did spend some time with them, and then later in the morning spent some time with the staff at the Mount Gay Hospital. The support is not going to end today. It's going to be a more sustained effort, because for some people it takes different as long as it's necessary. Not just from the fraternity and our colleagues that have passed on, but others who witnessed and were part of the accident as well. So the intention is to have everyone be supported socially and psychologically in some way or the other.
When asked about the other persons who were rushed to the hospital following the accident, Dr. Martins said that they were still conducting an analysis of the extent of some of the injuries and that they would present a report when this is available. Reporting for GBN News, I am Odette Campbell.
Well, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell is expressing condolences after the tragic loss of life following Monday's vehicle accident in Westerhall, St. David, expressing his sympathy to the family and friends of the victims. Prime Minister Mitchell said, quote, "It is a very sad thing for all of us when people lose their lives through accidents and who were enjoying a good life health-wise. It is a sad time. 3 lives lost in one day and multiple injuries. It is very tough for all concerned. My heart goes out to the families who have lost loved ones, and I pray that God will comfort them," unquote. The Royal Grenada Police Force and the Ministry of Transport also extend sympathies to the families of the 3 victims of the tragic accident. Minister for Transport Gregory Bowen expressed a profound sense of sadness over the news of the tragic loss of lives, saying his ministry prays that God will comfort the families and friends of those who passed and those affected by this terrible accident. The RGPF and the Division of Transport will be reaching out to the bereaved families and others affected by the tragedy. Government is also making available counselling services at this time. The RGPF continues its investigation. The Ministry of Tourism and Civil Aviation says one Caribbean airline has not gone through the appropriate licensing process to operate flights into and out of Grenada. In a statement issued on Tuesday, the ministry says it is deeply concerned about the manner in which the management of One Caribbean has conducted its business in recent days with regard to the operation of its flights. The statement says that a meeting was held with all parties on Monday, and it was agreed that the airline should desist from operating in Grenada until the licensing process is complete. The ministry says it is disturbing to discover that the airline had already posted schedules and engaged in negotiations with people desirous of entering or leaving the country without the appropriate standard procedure being concluded as advised and required. The statement further admits to 3 landings in Grenada on the weekend, with each time exemptions made in the interest of citizens. Acting Chief Medical Officer in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Sean Charles, says that so far the results received by the Ministry of Health through contact tracing are negative. Rena Pear has more in this report.
Acting Chief Medical Officer Sean Charles in the Ministry of Health says the ministry has been working steadily on contact tracing since the announcement of 3 individuals testing positive for COVID-19 on arrival at Trinidad and Tobago from Grenada. The second results of the 3 Trinidadians are still pending. Dr. Charles says the Ministry of Health took a broad approach towards the people that were contacted, regardless of the limited contact they had with the individuals during their stay on island. The CMO said so far an average of 152 people has been tested and the results received are negative.
In excess of about 152 samples for PCR testing. The first batch of 50 was processed yesterday and they were all negative. As I say, our objective was to try and find anyone possibly who might have been exposed to the individual and test them. Now, so far we have not encountered, we have not found anyone who was sick or had a history of being sick, all right, or displaying any suggestive symptoms of disease. We are doing all of this in response to the reports that we received that these individuals were positive. So like I say, it's just being abundantly cautious.
That the individuals were directly involved with, and as such, precautionary measures were taken. Dr. Charles says that additional testing will depend on the results received.
Well, I mean, businesses, they will take the precautions that they deem necessary. We cast a very broad net. So we reached out to all of the, based on the activities of the individuals, we looked at places where they would have had some degree of exposure to. And we have reached out to these different places and we have conducted testing. We tested these individuals and we are awaiting the results.
From the pending COVID-19 tests done by the Ministry of Health. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
That is the aim of contact.
Members and other contractors tested for COVID-19 using a rapid test are negative. However, the PCR test results are pending. The company, in a statement issued, confirms that last Friday, health officials contacted the company requesting their assistance in their contact tracing efforts, as they had received word that someone who worked on a number of projects in Grenada, including its current sales warehouse expansion project, received a positive test result for the COVID-19 virus upon return to Trinidad and Tobago. The company statement states that the contact tracing documentation indicated that the individual's last visit to their site was June 26, 2020, more than 3 weeks ago. The company says that although none of its staff or contractors were asked to self-quarantine, its COVID-19 safety protocol stipulates that the health and safety of all staff, their families, customers and contractors is priority, and therefore, while it awaits the official results of the PCR tests, it has decided to keep its offices closed. You're watching News at 7. When we come back, Corinth residents up in arms over lack of access to beach. We'll talk about that. See you in a while.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Easy living should be convenient. With Grenneck, it is. Dial 237 for any Grenneck department, or for customer service, streetlight outages, or if it's unsafe to trim a tree near a power line. For streetlights and service issues, please note the pole number. From just about anywhere, you can also check your bill balance and other account information. Just keep your Grenneck access number handy. Dial 237 for Grenneck. It's that easy. Grenneck, energizing our Grenada.
After months on lockdown,
I know you're feeling pain.
Finally, some good news. Grenada, get ready as Megaforce Promotion says.
Synchronize again.
On Sunday, August 2nd at 6 p.m., something big is about to go down. Get ready for Waggy T's Virtual Bingo. You can win US $10,000 cash.
Wow!
No way! Tickets are available on gotofed.com or special box offices island-wide for only $10 US. The Stadium Vibes is now online with DJs, artists, lots of fun and excitement. It's easy to play, so give it a try. You will love it. Remember, Sunday, August 2nd.
Synchronize again.
As Waggy T presents the massive Virtual Bingo.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody. Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the best fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
Our superheroes are all among us. They don't wear capes nor have superpowers. In fact,
they appear to be quite ordinary. They are the ones who provide us with food. They are our farmers, our grocery store workers, our vendors. They are our fishermen. They are the ones who heal us, our doctors and medical practitioners. They are the ones who protect us, our police officers. They are all the other essential workers who make this period bearable. And how can we forget our teachers, dedicated to educating our children no matter the circumstance? To everyone who is doing their part to make sure the wheel keeps turning, Ariza says, thank you.
It's new, innovative and classy, and it cut above the rest. Your one-stop shop for bathtubs, kitchenette, customized doors and windows, and even a new paint job. We also sell quartz and solid surface countertops. At M&N Hardware, we offer best prices, excellent service, efficiency, and reliability. Visit us at Dusty Highway, Grandin, St. George, or call telephone number 440-6757. M&N Hardware, from foundation to roof. Let's build together.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Residents in and around Corinth St. David are expressing concern over what they call restricted access to the public beach. The residents say for months they have been denied access into the Grenada Marine Shipyard, which is the only entrance to the beach. Details in this report.
Corinth residents say since March they have been trying to gain access to the upper half of the public beach in the area, but have been prohibited from passing through the Grenada Marine Shipyard. The Grenada Marine Shipyard is located within the area, which the residents refer to as their breadbasket, where they carry out their fishing trades and recreational activities and have been the main entrance to the upper part of the beach for years. Some of the residents voiced their frustration with having to use alternative routes to get to the beach.
I'm saying now too. I know since a little boy I grew up down and fish, come and dive, and since that is the carrying that thing, well, they lock the gate and they doesn't want to pass inside. They wouldn't care about that thing. Well, he infecting all of us. You understand? Because we can't do what we want to do. If we have to go across and dive, so we have to swim the channel and go across, and we take a boat and go across. And we have to pass quite in back and come down.
So everybody come here, we have to come here, we run and carry boat show and run to our boat. Because here is no appreciation. When you come here, we have to beg. And if you don't beg, we not get you.
It affects me because I'm a member of the community. You know, I think what we stand to lose from being blind or from ignoring what's happening around us is immense.
Sean Niles, a concerned resident in the area, says unpleasant experiences by many of the residents have forced them to resort to the media, as they believe by now access to the beach is overdue.
Right? So we need some redress, we need access to the beach, and we are going to have access by any means necessary. If you look at these gentlemen here, they apply the trade here, they have sea moss farms on the other side and they cannot access it. Right? Normally they would take a truck or a van and go through there and take the sea moss from the other side. They can't do it now. People go across there to fish, to go across Bacolet, they can't do it now. They go to catch the crabs, they can't do it now. We have a very tight-knit fishing community here. If you see, we have a lot of boats, and some are out as well, and they are distraught. So we wanted to launch a protest, right? And I said to them, look, we have a parliamentary representative in the person of Mr. Oliver Joseph. Let us contact him. I contacted him, Dave Phillip contacted him. He came. He spoke to the manager and he reported, the manager said it was because of COVID-19. That was a month and a half ago. And as soon as the restrictions are eased, then they would open the gate. As of this morning, a villager came down to go inside and they couldn't enter.
Pam Lenzian, a representative at the Grenada Marine Shipyard who was unable to speak to GBN at the site, explained later via telephone the reason access through the boatyard has been restricted for so long.
I think that the reason why there's a particular way of operating here that we've been asked to adhere to is because there's many different parts. You know, they're just trying to keep people safe. We have to be very careful of how we move around and how we treat each other and how we honor the protocols so we don't get sick ourselves or make others sick. So I think we're just waiting to hear what we do next. And I think it'll be very soon that we won't have to keep the gate closed. But right now we aren't open for business. We're open. We have a few employees here doing maintenance, and we have, we're allowed to haul boats.
Niall says on Wednesday a meeting will be held amongst community members to chart the way forward on this and other pressing matters in the area. For GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
As the pandemic worsens in major countries such as the United States, the government of Grenada has put in place additional safety measures to ensure that the health of Grenadians is protected at home as they continue to guard against the virus.
As of Wednesday, 15th of July, the Maurice Bishop International Airport opened only 2 commercial flights from countries across the Caribbean region, as countries were categorized as low, minimum, and high risk for the purpose of entry requirements to Grenada. In speaking to Minister for Health Nicholas Steele on the matter of COVID-19 testing since the reopening, he said the process is going smoothly so far.
So far that's been going well. We haven't had any commercial regional flights as yet because some of the airlines are still organizing their certification. As you know, LIAT is no longer in operation at this current time. And there have been airlines that have expressed their interest, that have made application, but as yet there are no commercial airline flights yet.
The minister anticipates that flights will be coming in soon as long as the necessary arrangement is made.
It's possible, but it is dependent on the actual carriers as well, their ability to get organized, certified, etc. So that work is being done with the Ministry of Civil Aviation, the Ministry of Tourism, and the various operators.
From August 1st, the airport will accept international flights from countries listed as minimum risk, such as Canada, the United Kingdom, and other countries in the European Union. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
Now, Holland America made its 3rd voyage to Grenada, dropping off cruise ship workers. A few weeks ago, 6 of these seafarers reached out to authorities here seeking assistance as they were stuck on a ship in Mexican waters. The batch of 13 seafarers repatriated safely to Grenada shores on Sunday. The sailors were brought to the Melville Street cruise ship terminal by way of a tender. They were all rapid tested before going into mandatory quarantine for the next 14 days, after which they will be tested again using the PCR test. From the previous batches, only 1 person was tested positive for the coronavirus, but has been cleared. Everyone has since gone home. You're watching News at 7. Still to come from us, some stakeholders at Annandale Waterfall are calling for consultations on the commercialization of the tourist attraction site. We'll be back.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, Daisy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
The Esplanade Mall, something for everyone. Go on a shopping spree today and experience some magic.
Nobody want to plant the can. Everybody want to read the band.
Citizens for the Advancement of Grenada's nutmeg and cocoa sectors invites the general public to view the documentary Life and Debt. Life and Debt, a documentary highlighting the Jamaican experience of IMF structural adjustment and liberalization policies. How liberalization destroying the once thriving agricultural sector, increasing poverty and inequality. Grenada, please learn from the experience of Jamaica. Tune in to Life and Debt on GBN Television at 8 p.m. on Thursday, July 23rd.
My Lord, I have to pray on my way.
The Grenada Distillers Limited joins the government and people of Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique in the fight against COVID-19. Only together we can beat this pandemic. As a corporate citizen, we have temporarily stopped the production of rum, and our focus has been on the production of a sanitizing solution to assist in the fight against this dreadful pandemic. We have commenced free distribution to the senior citizens' homes, children's homes, and other vital organizations around the country, and made this product available to you at supermarkets and pharmacies island-wide. We encourage you to please listen and obey the guidelines issued by our health authority and the Royal Grenada Police Force. Together, and only together, we can beat COVID-19.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We are also providing Flow Study free of charge so students can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
Consultation from the Ministry of Tourism on the commercialization of the Annandale waterfall. Two of these stakeholders appeared on the Sunday morning current affairs program, The Bub Report. Representatives Glenn Alexander of the Hush Hikers Club of Grenada and Kenny Baptiste said that while they do not oppose commercializing the tourist attraction, they only heard about these developments through media reports. We get more in this Kellen Bub story.
Some members of the tourism and hospitality industry in Grenada have raised concerns over the government of Grenada's approach concerning the commercialization of the Annandale waterfalls, a vital tourism site on the island. While Grenada's Minister of Tourism indicated that consultations were had with those under the Ministry of Tourism's direct employ, ancillary stakeholders who do not fall within this remit say they were not part of these consultations. I sat with Kenny Baptiste of the Annandale Waterfalls Jumpers Association, who has been a prominent entertainment feature at the falls for more than 20 years. Baptiste expressed the following concern.
Like, they didn't actually consult anyone, you know, in terms of the commercialized aspect of the Annandale Jumpers, waterfalls, the area, you know, we just actually hear about it, read it in the newspaper. Until recent, that from the Minister of Tourism, we heard that it was commercialized and it's going to go by the end of the month. And I think it's going to be, you know, a feedback on the villagers, especially the people at Annandale, which is our bread and butter.
Similarly, Glenn Alexander, another ancillary travel and tourism provider and a founding member of the Hush Hikers Club of Grenada, made the point that while they are not opposed to commercialization, the communication from the ministry was lacking.
As it relates to the commercialization, well, we know how Annandale has been for years, and I think it's a good idea to commercialize, but at the same time, one must engage the stakeholders. As Kenny mentioned, it's bread and butter. They could come up maybe with a compromise. Maybe they can fit within the business of the day and not really to do away with it.
In response, Dr. Clarice Modeste Kerwin acknowledged this shortcoming. She intimated that they would be attempting to remedy this issue as her government presses ahead with commercialization.
Minister, I don't mean to cut you, but why were there not consultations before moving forward with the proposals?
That could take a long explanation.
Okay.
Sometimes but the ministry did have consultations with the workers. Whether they included the jumpers, I am not certain of that. Mm-hmm. But with I think the focus would have been more on the workers who we have to pay and how they will be redeployed and what has to happen or whether they'd be engaged by the company. That was primarily the focus. And so unwittingly, we may have left out certain people. It wasn't intentional.
From Washington, D.C., this is Kellen Bub reporting.
All right, this story to report: the first ever taxi association in Grenville has been formed. Glennis Joseph, recording secretary of the association, says there is and has always been a dire need for such service in St. Andrew. Joseph says they intend to make this an organized, flexible and active taxi service that can serve the public at any time, day or night.
A great demand, you know. I myself does need taxi too, you know. I had some work doing on my vehicle and I needed taxi to move here and there. So there is a great need for taxi in St. Andrew, especially the buses folding up early, very early, after 6, 7, they fold up. And people, according to where they live to, the buses don't drop them where they want to go. So the taxi will bring them directly to where they want to go.
Joseph says they hope to utilize the taxi stand in Grenville, stop the use of privately licensed vehicles, as taxis use only those licensed H and have a proper price structure in place. The executive members are President Dylan Charles, Secretary Glennis Joseph, Public Relations Officer Derek Charles. The Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union, TAU, and the GBN families are mourning the loss of Martin Redhead. He's a former employee of the GBN, and up to recently he served as a staff of the Technical and Allied Workers Union. He passed away today after suffering from health complications. President General of the Technical and Allied Workers Union, Andrew Lewis, recalls Redhead as being one of the front line of the recent workers struggle.
Martin was an all-rounder. Martin was an organizer, mobilizer, negotiator, a grievance solver, a counselor. He was just an all-rounder, a handy person. Could have fixed anything. Nothing was too difficult for Martin to do. He normally pushes himself. There's a comrade who could never say no. It's a comrade who could never say no. And we know, and I know, because Martin was my personal friend, my comrade, my buddy, right? One that I will go anywhere with and go anywhere with us. He would have done that. So we asked him to take a rest, and he came up, took a rest, came up, and I went to him and said, "Comrade, what are you doing here? You should be home." And he was like, "Okay, I have to bring back the refreshment. So we will get someone else to do that." But he insisted. He brought back the refreshment, and he left and went home. And that was it in terms of the office. So the contribution that he has made to the working class of Grenada is undeniable.
He recalls a moment that stood out most for him.
That stands out to me is a speech Martin delivered at one of our general council meetings during the GBN struggle, when the workers were all facing the possibility of losing their jobs. And we decided that that will not happen. We will throw all of our resources into it. That comrade came and addressed the general council member, and he got a standing ovation. And he's one of the most impassioned, one of the most compassionate, is one of the most deep and smooth flowing speech I've heard from anyone. It was coming from the heart. Comrade is totally committed, totally selfless. And it's difficult to speak about him in the past tense, but as I said, he was totally committed.
The flag of the union will be flown at half-mast from today, and Lewis says the union will do all it can to ensure he is remembered. Managing Director of the Grenada Broadcasting Network, Odette Campbell, says the company has also been saddened by Redhead's passing. She noted his passion for workers' rights while maintaining a balance for also being impartial. Martin was the father of former Senator Ron Redhead, and the Grenada Broadcasting Network extends condolences to him and his family. George F. Huggins celebrates a century of excellence, a century of service to Grenada, one of the long-standing, actively involved companies on island, involved in several services here. Here's the rest in this report.
What we are embarking on this morning is a mission of gratitude, because we have not arrived here on our own. We have arrived here today as a result of the blood, sweat and tears of many who went before us.
Though some aspects of the celebration have been derailed by the effects of COVID-19, George F. Huggins is calling it a year of sober reflection as it celebrates 100 years of service. The company started trading in the year 1920 and have since diversified, growing into a broad-based company with numerous departments and divisions. Huggins commenced its trading at the outset in agriculture and the steamship agency business, and soon expanded into the automotive industry before branching off into insurance and sale of petroleum products. The company's entrance into the retail food business followed, resulting in years established in the wholesale food and pharmaceuticals distribution sector. 100 years after 1920, and Huggins remains a common household name. Chief Executive Officer of Huggins, Anya Chow Chung, says though plans for celebrations were rescheduled due to the effects of COVID-19, the company will be commemorating the milestone in a different way.
Our celebratory plans have been scaled back tremendously. Of course, we are still in the throes of COVID. There is a lot more to come. As far as we are concerned. And we, of course, it is really a year more suited for sober reflection than for grand celebrations. We have had to revamp our plan. I remember our plans were concluded, months out of the beginning of 2020. And it was supposed to be a year-long set of activities, a lot of which centered around mass gatherings. It was supposed to culminate on yesterday with a major customer appreciation event.
Huggins will mark its centennial year with a series of activities that will run throughout 2020. The company plans to hold several employee and customer events over the next 12 months and invites the Grenadian public to celebrate its amazing milestone with it. Chow Chung says celebrations will include employees and customers alike, as the success of the business is through the support of all.
Started off home base yesterday, but for the rest of the week, our customers will be able to enjoy the celebration that we have in store. Throughout the rest of the year, we'll be engaging customers in various promotions. So it's not just a flurry of activity, but consistent activities at various levels. It's not just about, people are looking out for things at Foodland, etc. It's not just about there.
Huggins has also over the years been actively involved in the sporting, cultural and general development of the island, supporting numerous activities, organizations and clubs. For GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Time now for GBN EyeSaw, compliments Clear Vision Eye Center.
A good eye captures all. GBN EyeSaw is brought to you by Clear Vision.
You know us, but we knew. You feel at home with every visit. An experienced team offering personalized courtier service and trendy brand name lifestyle products. We're changing the vision care landscape one customer at a time. Clear Vision Eye Center. People and technology coming together to help you see the world with a clearer vision.
Tonight's EyeSaw features photographs of a hermit crab acquiring the cover of a rum bottle as its shell. Hermit crabs often change shells as they grow. When an individual crab finds a new empty shell, it will leave its own shell and inspect the vacant shell for size. If the shell is found to be too large, the crab goes back to its own shell and then waits by the vacant shell for up to 8 hours. Thank you, EyeSaw reporter, for that interesting submission. You can send in your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
All right, weather for Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique valid for tonight and the following 3 days. Weather tonight generally fair, becoming partly cloudy to cloudy during the early morning with few brief showers. Tonight's minimum temperature 25.5 degrees Celsius. Wind east-northeasterly to easterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves up to 6 feet in open water. Tides low at 10:30 p.m., high at 3:45 a.m. Sunrise tomorrow morning, 5:52. The weather on Wednesday, the 22nd of July, partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy with some brief showers, improving during the evening. On Thursday, the 23rd, partly cloudy to cloudy with some brief showers, improving during the evening. And on Friday, the 24th, partly cloudy to cloudy with some brief showers and the possible isolated thunder shower. That is the weather. Sports news next.
After months on lockdown,
I know you're feeling pain.
Finally, some good news. Grenada, get ready as Megaforce Promotion says.
Tingo nice again, tingo nice again.
On Sunday, August 2nd at 6 p.m., something big is about to go down. Get ready for Waggy T's Virtual Bingo. You can win US $10,000 cash.
Wow!
No way! Tickets are available on gotofed.com or special box offices island-wide for only $10 US. The Stadium Vibes is now online with DJs, artists, lots of fun and excitement. It's easy to play, so give it a try. You will love it. Remember, Sunday, August 2nd.
Tingo nice again, tingo nice again.
As Waggy T presents the massive Virtual Bingo.
At Communal, we are adapting to meet the changing needs of our shareholders and members. Times are changing, and with the changing times comes a whole new way to do business. Our parents may have done their banking a different way. Communal's state-of-the-art online banking and international debit card allows members to do business with great ease. It's like literally having a branch in your very own hands. Need a loan? Apply online from the comfort of your own home anywhere in the world, and your request will be dealt with remotely. Want to transfer between your accounts or another shareholder? No wait time for transactions to update. Voila! Who needs receipts when you can receive them via e-statements on your mobile device and save the environment? Not a Communal member? You can join our family today by applying online. At Communal, we see you working hard to ensure that you save, invest, and grow. Communal. Join us today. This will be the best financial decision you have ever made.
Tropical shipping is fast and reliable. Always on time, safe and affordable. Friendly staff here to connect you. Tropical worldwide, you must get you. Shop online and you get it on time. Hassle free to meet your deadline. Consolidate any size, any load with Tropical shipping. So we ship everything. I can't wait to ship with Tropical. I can't wait. No package too big, too small. I cannot wait to ship with Tropical. No package too big, too small. Just ship with Tropical.
Local agents, George F. Huggins and Company, Grenada Limited. A telephone number 440-8787, or visit our website at www.tropical.com. Email us at grenadasales@tropical.com. Tropical Shipping, committed to island life.
The Grenada Distillers Limited joins the government and people of Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique in the fight against COVID-19. Only together we can beat this pandemic. As a corporate citizen, we have temporarily stopped the production of rum, and our focus has been on the production of a sanitizing solution to assist in the fight against this dreadful pandemic. We have commenced free distribution to the senior citizens' homes, children's homes, and other vital organizations around the country, and made this product available to you at supermarkets and pharmacies island-wide. We encourage you to please listen and obey the guidelines issued by our health authority and the Royal Grenada Police Force. Together, and only together, we can beat COVID-19.
Good evening, sporting fans. England talisman Ben Stokes has replaced West Indies captain Jason Holder At the top of the ICC Test all-rounder rankings as a result of his Old Trafford heroics. Stokes was named man of the match after another magnificent performance in Manchester, where England levels the three-test series with a 113-run victory on the final day. Holder also drops a place to third in the bowler rankings, with New Zealand seamer Neil Wagner moving up to second behind Australia quick Pat Cummins. Stokes can seemingly do no wrong at the moment, and the 29-year-old is now officially the best all-rounder in the world ahead of the series decider at Old Trafford, which starts on Friday. He is the first England player to top the all-rounder rankings since Andrew Flintoff. Well, West Indies head coach Phil Simmons says he does not regret not making any changes to the squad coming into the second test. However, he admits he is disappointed with the lack of conversions of good starts into big scores.
The only thing I can see is that, again, we've had, 5, 6 50s, and no one has converted to 100. I think that's where things lie, because had we continued from 2-something for 4 yesterday, and one of the guys in got 100, another 100-run partnership, because we've had 2 or 3 50-run partnerships. So these are the little things that help you control the test match, and we had things under control up to that point.
According to Simmons, half-centuries from Craig Brathwaite, 75, Shamar Brooks, 68 and 62, Roston Chase, 51, and Jermaine Blackwood, 55, were missed opportunities.
I think in the 5 days we still played some good cricket. For me, the game, we lost control of the game in 5 or 6 overs with the new ball yesterday evening. In a place where we were in a good position to bat through the day and then bat some of the day and close off the game. But from Broad there, I think, is where we lost the game. And we lost our way there and couldn't hold it back.
All right, so he highlights the moments in which they lost control and the opportunity to win or draw.
I think it's disappointing. I think the way we started, chasing 300, if we batted normally, between when we started and tea time, then we could have seen what was happening. The plan was to see what was happening at tea and see what we had left to chase and decide if we're going to go at it or if we're going to bat out the day. But the way we started the inning, it didn't all go well for us, and we had to be fighting to save the game.
Well, for the rest of the sports news, we join TV6 Sports with James Saunders.
Well, should they play? Should they not play? Is it safe or is it not safe? Well, these are questions many parents are asking. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Rosham Parashram has advised against youth sporting activity until September. But Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith holds a different view, saying it's safe for youth tournaments. His belief is that sport is a tool in secondary crime prevention.
If I'm in a situation where tens of thousands of young persons are being cramped up, frustrated, and being told not to go out, not to run, not to exercise, apart from it affecting their health, it can actually turn them now to become more frustrated and to turn their energies in the wrong manner, which will now force me to get back into more primary crime prevention, which is to deal with young persons who may become so frustrated they've used their energies in the wrong manner.
Well, the commissioner said he has made several attempts to reach the CMO, but all to no avail. He also says his Commissioner's Cup Youth Tournament is still scheduled to kick off in August and will institute protocols. He believes the tournament will serve this country well.
Some of this Commissioner's Cup is also going to assist even our national football development, where this can provide an opportunity for young persons to be seen and be given an opportunity to actually be targeted by possible scouts and possible national coaches at the national senior level, as well as the under 20 and under 18. And also in the hope that we can provide an opportunity for some of these young men to be able to get to England, where they can study a scholarship and possibly have an opportunity to get an international contract.
Well, they say that catches win matches, and also our play of the day.
Play of the day brought to you by Sakura Filters. Quality protection your car deserves.
Well, you would have seen Ollie Pope in the most awkward of positions in this test match. First, there was his LBW, and now he just happened to be the man that took the series leveling catch. He had 2 attempts. Had he caught it on the first, it would have been beyond his reflexes. But he never gave up, leaping to his left hand, holding on to save England and deprive the Windies of retaining the Wisden Trophy for now. So Pope for giving us the entertainment in this test match and for delivering the final gut-wrenching blow to the West Indian fans. We take tonight's TV6 Play of the Day.
Play of the day was brought to you by Sakura Filters. Quality protection your car deserves.
Well, that catch just reminds me of that jingle. Catch it if you can. Remember that? No? Don't remember? Okay, that's it for the team. I'm James Saunders. Catch you later.
Around the globe, to, of course, first to this story, a trial date for the leader of the Jamaat al-Muslimin for failure to appear before a commissioner of inquiry into the 1990 attempted coup. Here's the story.
Leader of the Jamaat al-Muslimin, Yassin Abu Bakr, is expected to face his second trial for failing to testify at the Commission of Inquiry into the 1990 attempted coup. The trial is expected to start on August 17th. Just 1 day later, on August 18th, the High Court judge will deliver her ruling on whether Mr. Abu Bakr should be allowed to pursue a claim for judicial review against the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for continuing to prosecute the matter, even though the private charge was brought 7 years ago. Mr. Abu Bakr is also mounting an abuse of process argument, saying that the trial was already close to completion before former Chief Magistrate Marcia A. Caesar, but had to be restarted after her elevation to the High Court bench in 2017. This, he said, was no fault of his own. During a virtual hearing before Magistrate Sarah De Silva on Monday, the August 17th date was set for the matter to proceed to trial for a second time. Mr. Abu Bakr was previously required to testify before the Commission of Inquiry, but refused, saying based on legal advice, if he did, it would have prejudiced his retrial on a charge of sedition. Following the refusals, Chairman of the Commission, Lorraine Lachmedial, filed a private complaint, after which Mr. Abu Bakr was charged. Urvashi Tiwari Rupnarine, TV6 News.
Economic prudence has been central to Germany's political image and the way it hoped to lead Europe. But the coronavirus pandemic has forced Chancellor Angela Merkel to make a drastic change towards spending. Al Jazeera's Dominic Kane reports from Berlin.
Angela Merkel's mantra was always for European partners to live within their means. But then came Corona, and with it what she calls the biggest challenge post-war Europe has faced. Reason enough, in her mind, to abandon 12 years of thrift and use the German presidency of the EU to its best advantage.
What we want now, the Recovery Fund or the Next Generation EU program, it has to be staggering, something special, because the task at hand is huge. So the answer has to be big as well.
All right, thank you so much. Stay with us to remind you of the headlines after this. The headlines before we leave you. Police await autopsies of those who died in Monday's accident in Westerhall St. David's. The Ministry of Tourism and Civil Aviation says one Caribbean airline fails to go through the appropriate licensing process. 50 tests negative for COVID-19 thus far as contact tracing continues. In the sports news, Ben Stokes overtakes Jason Holder to become world's top-ranked all-rounder. And in Around the Globe in Trinidad, leader of the Jamaat al-Muslimin goes on trial on coup inquiry summons charge. That's all from us in the GBN newsroom. I'm Kenroy. Thank you for watching. Have a great night.